So fall is here. In fact, I woke up this morning and it was snowing. The joys of living in the mountain, I guess. And so I decided, actually I decided last night that I was going to do some yard work and get him up, and then I noticed the snow falling and oh crap, I have to go out and do yard work in that. But it had to be done, right? There are things sometimes you have to do. And it brings back that whole thing that I've talked to my clients about sometimes, about there are things you can control and there's things you can't control. And my thing I could control today was, garbage has to be thrown away. I have to clean out my garden beds. I have to cut the perennials down. I have to empty the pool, empty the pond and get the pump out for winter. Those are all necessary jobs. And on top of that, cutting the grass. And so those, that's what I could control. I could control getting up, getting my work clothes on, and getting out there and doing that. There are some things I couldn't control. I couldn't control the snow. I couldn't control that the weather would change so suddenly. I couldn't control the fact that it was almost 0 degrees when I got up. But this is what we have to do sometimes, isn't it? We get into situations as leaders, as managers, of owners of companies, whatever. We get into those situations where we have to decide what we're going to do. And in those situations, there's always things you can control and things you can't control. So what do you decide to do? Do you fret, get upset, get pissed off about, hey, this is happening and that person's doing that, and I can't do anything about that, and just get bubbled, just let that get frustrated, get that build up? Or do you say, okay, in this situation, what can I control? I can control how I deal with it. I can control my attitude. I can control how maybe I want to work with other people. I control that. Look at the things that I can control and work on that. Things you can't control, forget about it. Ignore it. It's not important. So that's my message for this week's blog is, in every situation, take a look. What can you control in that situation and what can't you control? And focus on what you control and let what you can't control slide. There's nothing you can do about it anyway. And by focusing on what you control, guess what? I'm sure, I from personal experience, I know the challenge, the issue, the problem you're dealing with will be solved. So I hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week in my weekly blog. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.